Hey guys, Eric Oakley here, and I'm going to tell you what's in my bag for 2017. So start with the high speed stuff. I carry two Lucid Defenders. These are for most of my big bomber shots. I like to throw these really hard, get them to flex, and always finish nicely in the fairway. The orange one's a little more stable. I can really rip on this and trust that it'll go a long way, where the clear one's a little more beat up and I get some more flex and even some Hyzer Flip out of it. So really nice and reliable. Moving up to the Sheriff. I carry a Lucid Sheriff simply for sidearms. Very rarely will I throw it for big turnover backhand shots, but I love throwing this thing for sidearms, nice and smooth. It goes really straight. It's like a straighter convict, a faster convict on a sidearm. So definitely big fan of the Sheriff. Goes a long way with a little bit of effort. Next, I carry two Biofusion Enforcers. This one's mainly for sidearm. It's a little more beat up. I can trust to throw it pretty hard and flat and know that it's always going to finish back right on that sidearm. I can throw it for more straight backhand shots as well. I put a new one in just recently just to have that slightly less beefy fusion style enforcer, so I can trust that I can still throw it on for Hyzer shots, but I know it's not going to dump into the ground. I carry three Fusion Enforcers. The Fusion Enforcer is one of my favorite discs. I trust it in every kind of conditions, tailwinds, everything. This white one's a little more beat up, great for those longer flex shots, can go as far as my Defender sometimes, but has a little bit stronger finish. So really nice. These are great, has the pop top that you're looking for that stable flight. I have two green ones from the same batch, overstable with that pop and that heartbeat. Trust like exactly what they're gonna do every single time. I know I'm getting that sure finish left and I can throw them pretty much as hard as I want. Moving on to my favorite disc in the Trilogy lineup is the Felon. So I carry four Felons all in different stages of wear. So overstable, this one's just brand new, pretty much. Had a couple rounds under its belt, but I use this just when I need that sure finish left. I can throw it hard, trust it. So I'll always keep a new, fresh Felon in the bag for that. This was actually the first Felon I ever got when I made the switch, and it's still one of my most overstable Felons. I want more like it. Definitely something I can trust. That overstable flight is awesome. An old Trilogy friend turned me on to these. They're the Puddle Top Fusion Felons, and these are great because they actually go pretty straight, and I can get them to Hyzer Flip when I mash on them. They work, and it's a great workhorse. I can throw it for good sidearms. This is a 172. Most of those are heavier weights, but this works. I trust this disc a lot, and I can throw it nice and smooth. This Felon was an oddball that I got. Felt really overstable, but the moment I threw it, it wasn't. It actually was kind of flippy, and now I've beat it up nicely, so it's just a tick more than a convict. So I love using this one when I need that extra finish left, where the convict is going to finish a little bit more straight. So this is a great one. I love this one for Hyzer Flip backhands and turnover backhands that I need to come out. Speaking of the convict, Zach Melton and Paige Pierce really advocated for this disc, and they weren't kidding. And there's a reason Paige put her name on this. These convicts are incredible. I love them for the good, smooth sidearms, and I can throw them really nice and straight. Hyzer sidearms to get that extra glide right. Occasionally I'll throw them for backhands, but I would prefer one of my Felons because they handle a little bit more torque better. But if I really need that turnover backhand shot, I'll throw the convict. But more often than not, throwing this disc for sidearms, it's really reliable. I like it. Little trick disc, the Thief. I throw this for backhand rollers, and I just know that I'm going to approach the tee pad and throw this thing as hard as I possibly can, and I know it's going to turn over and roll a long ways. Use it a little bit more in the woods for those little baby sidearms that I don't need to go too far, and the convict's a little bit too overstable or too stable, where the Thief is nice and easy, so I can actually do some really nice tricky things with these Thieves. Feels actually pretty good for a sidearm, but definitely my roller disc, so I can throw it hard, trust it every time. We'll go on to mids. I carry two EMAC Truths, one a little bit more new for the stable shot, and these are both the Fusion plastic. There's no reason why I chose the Fusion over the Moonshine or the Lucid, just simply out of, I like the way they fly. And this one's I always keep a newer one just in that realm of I can throw it and trust that it's going to stable out on me, where this one's a little bit more beat up. This is actually the one that I aced with on CCDG. I can do just about anything with this one, and just a huge fan. I mean, Eric's on the disc, but my name's on the disc as well if you think about it that way. But such a good disc, everybody should have one in the bag. Second best to the EMAC Truth is the Claymore from Latitude 64. Really, really like this disc. I love it for sidearms. I love it for those big turnovers where the Truth might stable out on me towards the end. The Claymore continues to push right on that big right backhanded turnover shot. So I really love using this, and I love using this for good touch shots out of the woods, Hyzer Flips. Big fan of the Claymore. Definitely complements the Truth incredibly well. So if you're looking for something that holds that, check it out. This is the one disc that I think should be in everybody's bag is the Justice. It is so reliably overstable. One of the best utility discs I've ever thrown, and it does exactly what it needs to. It's a workhorse, you can trust it, and I don't know, it rarely lets you down. So try Justice, you won't be disappointed. Such a good disc. Putters. So I carry two throwing putters, one VIP Shield. I like this one for overstable shots. I've been using it a lot lately because I've been required to throw kind of a flat and then have that Hyzer finish or flex and then have it finish straight. That's really what a lot of these courses have asked for, so I've been throwing this a lot. And feels good in the hand. This one's nice and beat up, and I love just throwing it nice and smooth, letting the disc do the work, so that overstable finish. To complement that, I have the Fusion Warden. This is one of the straightest flying putters I've ever thrown and is super workable, glides not too much, but the perfect amount to where you don't have to throw it too hard. It's just effortless sometimes, but it's hard to explain. I've thrown the Pure, but then I threw the Warden, and the Warden was exactly what I was looking for. I can do a lot of different tricky things with this and saves me a lot of strokes. So if you're looking for a good straight putter, use the Fusion Warden. Putting putters, I carry two twin classic Wardens, and these are by far the best putters I've ever used. Effortless, they catch the chains really well, and I just trust every time I throw them that I know that they're gonna go in. And straight flyers feel good. That classic plastic is great, especially after they beat in. These are nice and seasoned, but I've been rotating a bunch, so I have about 4 to 5 sets of putters right now that I rotate through just to make sure that I don't have any that start to do anything crazy. So classic Wardens, best putter on the market, try them. Let's talk about a cute, cool couple knickknacks. We got my metal mini that we got from DD. I actually have Crystal Lesbos, who's my best friend, and I love having him along with me. I also keep him along in Gumby. If you ever see Chris on the road, he has Pokey with his bag. So it's a good thing to have your friend. He actually is a big reason why I'm here. And then lastly, got a whale sack. Tina, I get to travel with her, the Whale Pants Tour. It's been incredible. But if you haven't checked these out, these are incredible. This is a must-have on the course, especially as we get into the summer months and it starts to get a little bit stickier. Having this with me is going to save me strokes. That's pretty much what's in my bag, guys. I carry the Commander. It's one of the best fitting bags, so if you guys haven't tried one, get a DD Commander today.